Hello everyone, and welcome to 5-Minute Motivation. My name is Kevin Bungert. Thank you for joining me again today. Today's topic I would like to talk to you about is self-forgiveness. Now, in my coaching business, one of the things that I see that my clients struggle with more than anything else is that they continue to beat themselves up very badly sometimes for the mistakes that they've made in their life. They continue to think very negative thoughts about those mistakes. They say things to themselves about being silly, foolish, naive, any number of things to continue to beat themselves up. So I always try to begin to have my clients think about forgiving themselves for those mistakes, to begin to practice self-forgiveness. It's hard, it really is. Many people have a difficult time with it. But I always tell them, what you've done has caused you pain, but most likely you haven't killed anybody. Most likely you haven't broken any laws. Yes, they've caused problems in your life, but you also need to keep them in perspective. Number one thing to do when it comes to start to practice self-forgiveness about the things that you've done wrong in your life is to keep them in perspective. Don't blow them out of proportion. Because that's a real problem if you can't get away from, thinking about that they're bigger than they are. And the other thing is, the next step is to think about the other side of your life the whole time. All the things that you've done right in your life, and then your mistakes are going to pale in comparison. What I do with my clients is I have them do an exercise that I first got from my favorite self-help book, which is Fearless Living by Rhonda Britton. In there, Rhonda has an exercise called acknowledgments, where you write every day in your journal that you acknowledge yourself for all the things that you've done correctly in the day, all the things that you got done that you wanted to. And I've taken it one step further. I have my clients write a lifelong acknowledgement list. For this purpose alone, is to combat their thinking about their mistakes that they've made. I have them take their journals out and write a lifelong acknowledgement list about all the things that they've done right in their life, going back as far as they can remember, back into childhood, teenage years, early 20s, whatever it may be, married life. And I have them think about all the things and list them, no matter how small, all the things that they've done right, all the accomplishments that they've had along the way. And as people do this, the list begins to grow dramatically compared to the mistakes that they've made in their life. People begin to see that if you try to keep things in perspective, that all the wonderful things that they've done also, whether it's raising children, getting a good education, doing kind things for family members. The lists are usually just unbelievably productive. And what it also helps you do is that on bad days, you can always take out your lifelong acknowledgement list and look at it. By the time you start to read it, get down to 8, 9, or 10 on your list, you're going to start feeling better. It's going to put things back in perspective in you, back into perspective for you. And it's a great tool to really keep in perspective your mistakes that you have made, but all the great things in your life that you have accomplished. So it does help keep you thinking the right way, does help keep you motivated, does help keep you going along with moving the ball forward and keeping that process going. So I certainly hope that you can take some time, go somewhere quiet, take your journal. It may take you a couple of days, a couple of hours to try this and put the whole list together to go back into your memory, but very much well worth it. So I hope you'll take the time to try it. And on those days when you need to, make sure that you take out your lifelong acknowledgement list, begin to read it. I'm sure it'll put a smile on your face and help you through those tough days. Again, this is Kevin Bungert. You've been watching 5-Minute Motivation. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.